Our common home. My professional development related to taking care of our common home and looking at sustainability in curriculum. My original hope was after we attended a group of teachers attended a sustainability curriculum development, like professional development over the summer. And it was really incredible and informative. But when I reached out to the teachers in August to build what I was hoping is a professional learning community where we could all come from different disciplines and collaborate, we found it nearly impossible with all of our other expectations and our time limitations to actually find a common time to meet and develop this. So I restructured my plan and looked into a way to access more people in a more effective way. Okay, so the first thing I did was I presented a different version of this presentation to the academic council, which is all of our department heads and our academic principal. I related to the importance of understanding sustainability through utilizing Pope Francis's encyclical letter Laudato Si, and this just talks about how this is why the earth itself, burdened and laid waste, is among the most abandoned and maltreated of our poor, right? We have forgotten that we ourselves are dust of the earth. So really a grabbing thing. And then I talked about why I cared and discussed with them the boiled frog parable. Talked about how important it is that we as a community come out as a whole ongoing discussion within our classes about ways we can care about the integrity of our creation rather than just two voices, kind of me and another teacher just nagging the idea of sustainability. So here were my two kind of platforms. One is taking on the whole recycling program, all right, um, which is we have the boys take out the recycling, okay, and then the sustainability curriculum development. So in the hopes to support teachers. So first thing I will show you is I created kind of an elaborate plan of who's recycling what and when they're recycling it, and I consistently send it out with more clarified directions and details about this, right? So, and each of these houses are different components of our school, different groups of students. So kind of like in middle school where they often have teams, we have teams for our whole school. Okay, so the second component was this curriculum development. So my plan was on every rotating 3 days, so it started with block 3, my lunch period would fall during, or my plan period would fall during a lunch block. And I would stay for all 3 lunch shifts in the faculty dining room and present on the big ideas of sustainability. Well, that was all well and good, but the faculty dining room was occupied, so I had to acquire a different meeting space, which was farther away from the lunchroom. Challenge number 1. So I sent out newsletters and introduced this idea of a lunch and learn. You can see my attempt, and like if you were to scroll down on my newsletter that I send out every couple of weeks, I would talk about the lunch and learn. And this was kind of my game plan. Every one day or every one block, I would have 3 different sustainability lunch and learns for people to attend. And I had a plan for semester 2 as well. And I would remind people of it the day of through announcements and an email. And I wanted to present on this topic. Date 1 was awesome. I had about 2 or 3 people in every presentation, which is pretty good. I reached a lot. Then the second date. No one showed. I sat for an hour and a half with snacks and desserts, and no one came. So I needed to kind of regroup and figure out what to do instead. So kind of my regrouping plan is I am presenting at 30 to 40 minutes in front of the entire school to give them an idea of what my plan is. And with Brett, I hope, or with a group of teachers, I hope to be presenting different ideas at lunchtime so they can get a better idea. And then I'm going to put table tents up at lunchtime and move the date or move the time to a period in which I can use the faculty dining room, so people don't forget and they remember and they see a big sign reminding them that, hey, I'm in the dining room, and I would love to collaborate and present with you. And then each one, I hope to build a bigger following and encourage people to kind of discuss. I've also gotten a little bit of money to purchase some snacks and material like that. So that's kind of my game plan at this point. Thanks, guys.